There's a moment in your life when you know you're destined for something greater. There's a force pulling you to create, explore, build, and lead. There's no map to guide you, no blueprint to help you navigate, just a tiny voice inside of you, telling you to dream big.
I've never been the girl who let things go. When I want something, I'm going to get it.
What I learned about myself, no textbook or class or person could have shown me that. That came from here.
You have unique strengths that you're meant to give to this world. If you have it in your heart that you want to build your own company, don't let anyone or anything stop you.
Any person, male or female, could be a leader. I think anyone is capable. It just so happens that for us it's more complicated. I hope that this is like the generation that changes. Yeah. Because I think that it's time for change.
All right, there you go. That is the trailer to Dream Girl. And with us right now, we have the director of Dream Girl, Erin Bagwell.
Hi.
Good afternoon. And Komal Minhas is with us as well. You're the producer.
Yes.
Now, it's not, now I said earlier, I said it's Dream Girl, but it's Dream Girl.
Yes, we appreciate the
Simple
dramatic
as that.
pause for the comment.
All about the dramatic pause, for sure. As we can see, Komal, this is obviously a movie about empowerment and women entrepreneurs, I guess we're saying. So tell us about, let's go back. When did Dream Girl begin?
Well, Dream Girl actually began with a Kickstarter campaign that Erin conceived, where we actually raised over $100,000 in 30 days to produce the film.
Really?
Yes.
So how far back, though, are we going on this?
2.5 years. So that was August of 2014.
Yeah.
And I'll throw to Erin here because I saw that Kickstarter campaign and that's when I was hooked, but there's a bit of a backstory there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just became really obsessed and interested with women's stories. I started a feminist storytelling blog called Feminist Wednesday, and I was shocked that women are creating 1,200 businesses a day. I mean, that's outrageous. It's awesome.
Incredible.
And I felt like, where are these women? I must find them. I must learn more. So, yeah, I put together the Kickstarter campaign to fund the film, and I worked with an all-female crew to help produce that trailer. Thankfully, we attracted Komal to help us elevate the message and to continue sharing it and distributing it. Now we have a production company, so it's been an awesome 2.5 years.
It's incredible. So tell us, I mean, where did you get most of these interviews?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, we featured a lot of the women that you saw in the trailer on our blog. So I had relationships with these women. I knew about their businesses. I was really interested in also hearing about their stories and their families and like getting into that nitty-gritty, following them around, seeing what their lives looked like. So I found a lot of them from the blog, and then our Kickstarter backers would send me people and say, you know, you've got to meet the Villarosas. They're an incredible family. Like, call them up. And so I did. I interviewed probably 50 women to figure out who are the 5 central characters we need to feature in the film.
Okay. So tell us about the 5 characters.
Yeah, they're an incredible group of women. Their ages range from 24 to 83. Clara Villarosa is 83 years old. She runs a media publishing company, and she ran the largest African-American bookstore in Harlem. She's an amazing force of a woman. We have women in 3D printing and fashion, publishing. Komal and I, our journey and our story is also in the film of how we met and kind of what it means to put something like this together.
We also have an angel investor who's one of the largest venture capitalists on the East Coast in New York, and we get to talk a lot about what it's like to be a female entrepreneur and pitching and trying to find funding and figuring that out. We actually had to, after our Kickstarter funding, after we finished that, we did a round of angel investment as well. So we went from not only being a production, like a female production crew and company, but now we're actually a distribution company that took on that angel investment, and now we're self-distributing the film. We've been booked at over 100 screenings in 8 different countries so far. We actually premiered at the White House and had an incredible screening yesterday with Madame Sophie Gregoire Trudeau here at the Mayfair.
Well, I want to actually talk about both of those. So how do you get, that's a lot to, what? Like that's impressive. All those sentences were incredible. Like, so the White House, I mean, how did that come to be?
Our Kickstarter backers, they are so incredible. So they saw the seed that was planted. So Erin made an incredible trailer for the Kickstarter campaign that hooked me, obviously, and made me reach out from Ottawa to this woman in New York who I had never met, trying to convince her to let me work with her, because I just knew it was something I had to do. I'd started my company a year and a half earlier and felt so seen by the stories that Erin was deciding to tell. So as we moved forward, it was kind of a no-brainer that we would go in this way. And our Kickstarter backers are so supportive. They were hooked from that day. And we got an email like a year before we premiered there in May being like, we could make this happen at the White House.
Are you interested? And we were like, yeah, I think we are.
I think we'd love to do that.
Schedule, yeah.
And I think that we're one of a handful of films that has had that opportunity, especially a feminist film.
So what does that mean then to have a screening at the White House?
It means a lot of security. So we oversold our registrations for the White House premiere. So they had like an extra 100 seats in the back. There was like 250 people there. Unfortunately, the Obamas weren't there. It was a very intense time for them. They're in their final months in office. But it was hosted by the National Women's Business Council in preparation for their United State of Women conference, which was the largest gathering of women in the country in recent history. And it was such an honor to be included in that way and to be seen on such a large platform.
Congratulations. And now, Erin, last night, as Komal was mentioning, you had Mrs. Trudeau, Ms. Gregoire.
Madame, yeah.
Madame.
She was there.
How
it was
cool
incredible.
Was that? The Mayfair?
Yeah, this is actually my second day in Ottawa. So to go our first day to meet Sophie was absolutely incredible. And I think it speaks volumes about how open and accepting and excited people are in Canada about women and gender. I thought it was incredible. Yes. Definitely a highlight for the year for sure.
And Sophie, the conversation that we had was just so meaningful. We created such a safe and open space for everyone who was in attendance. We had young Indigenous youth in the room. We had middle schoolers, high schools. We had women from local shelters. It was a very incredible, inclusive audience. And to share the stage with Madame Trudeau, or Gregoire Trudeau, and to be able to tell our stories authentically. And we just had so much fun, and it was a day we'll never forget.
Okay. Well, then what's next then? Because it sounds like you've already conquered the world with this movie. But where will it be showing moving forward?
So you can reach out directly to our team at dreamgirlfilm.com/host, and you can actually book screenings directly from us. So you can't get it on Netflix or digitally yet. A big part of what we are trying to prove is that independent films can be revenue generating on their own and can be sustainable for the filmmakers themselves. So we put out licenses for people to screen the films in their living rooms, publicly. You can host events. You can bring it to your community. We have a screening tonight at Carleton University as well at 6:30. It is free and open to the public.
Okay, good.
So you can find all the information on our website about that.
And screenings are also popping up all over the world, so you can also visit our website to see, when it's coming to your local community.
Pretty impressive when you think about this, right? Like if you wrote down what you did, the $100,000 or whatever, and then Sophie Trudeau and White House and all over the world. Those are some big words. So congratulations. Any thoughts for a second?
Yeah, we're so excited. I mean, it's been my dream to produce a film since I was a little girl, so I feel like I'm really living the dream, and every day we get to work on these really important issues, so for sure, many, many films in the future.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on this. Dream Girl. Dream Girl. All right, fine. There you go. Dreamgirlfilm.com. Please check this out. It is very inspiring.